All right.
Well, all righty. Do you open it or just do I go ahead?
I will, since everybody here doesn't know you.
Okay.
So welcome everyone. Happy to introduce Charlotte Metcalfe, our fabulous District 2 Director, who's going to talk about team building. So take it away.
All right, girlfriend. So, well, welcome everybody. And thank you for being here. First of all, for those of you who are watching live, you're getting credit for your graduation, which is great. And you're learning, which is the most important thing. And for those of you that watch the replay, that's awesome too. So when I first heard about this workshop, I was like, I can do that one. So I'm excited I hope it brings value to you all. I do have to share my screen with you, so I'm going to prepare to do that. I don't think I need to check the sound one. And I hope I do this correctly. So I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'll just go ahead and do that. I don't have a ton of slides, I will say, and my slides aren't the prettiest, but they get the point across, right? And I just wanted to say, my husband and I have been out sailing today, so I am sort of feel a little weathered, if you will. But I'm excited to be here with you guys. So I apologize for any background noise or issues. Hopefully all will be fine. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and, oh boy. Okay, hang on a second. Oops. Oh boy. Can you still see me?
I can still see you, and we're seeing your.
Are you seeing my okay, my screen is sharing. Okay. Now okay, perfect.
Yep, there you go.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, perfect. Yay. It's all good. Can you see me and my screen?
Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, because I can't see you guys. It's so weird. All right. So first slide is just, obviously team building. I don't know about you all, but when I think of teams and team building, so this workshop is officially called Team Building Within Your Club. And when I think of team building, one of the first things that comes to mind often is sports, quite frankly. And I don't know about you, but my favorite sports team, my favorite sport, I should say, aside from my daughter's water polo, of course, is football. I really love football. I don't know why, but that is my favorite sport. And of course, my favorite team is the 49ers. Give it up for the 49ers. I am particularly fond of this team. Anyway, I just want to say football is a very unique sport in that every position is so very different and the roles are not interchangeable. Some jobs get the spotlight more than others, but all are equally important. The team relies on each other to carry out the plays and to get the job done. They have short-term goals, long-term goals, and football is a great example of team cohesion and team function. So that's why I kind of like to use it as an example. A lineman, for example, who might not agree with the quarterback's play, wouldn't just not follow the play because he disagreed with it. He would do his job and hope for the best outcome, right? Because he is part of a team. Something bigger than just his own ideas and opinions. Also, not every position on the team is as glamorous as others. I apologize. I have to read my notes. They're like right over here. Let me scoot them over. Not every position is as glamorous as others, but for the sacrifice of the team, every team member needs to be respected and rewarded for their individual contribution that they make to the team. Right. So in football, the quarterback gets a lot of attention, right? But the other positions are equally important, even though they don't get the attention that, the quarterback gets. So the bottom line is just take satisfaction from your job that you're involved in on a team. So similarly, in Seroptimus, I'm going to see what my next slide says because I don't have it in front of me. We'll go to this one. Yeah. When putting on a big fundraiser, we as members each have unique roles to play based on our unique gifts and talents. One job is no less important than the other. Working together for the common goal, doing our part with the understanding that all parts work together for the good of the goal, right? So this slide just talks about what something that the outline spoke to, which is just basically belonging to a team in the broadest sense as a result of feeling part of something bigger than you. Simply put, a team is a group of people working towards a common goal, and equally as important, understanding the group's mission and objectives. So I don't know how to maybe pause sharing. If I pause sharing, can you just see me now and not the screen? Is that right?
I can see you off to the side. I don't know if everyone else can.
Okay.
I can see you and your presentation.
Yeah.
And you can still see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We'll just go back to that then. I don't need, I'll just stay on this slide for a second. I just want to talk real quick about, we remember all too well, unfortunately, the moment in time when the world shut down, right? Due to the global pandemic. At that time, I happened to be president of SI Oakdale and had an acute awareness that we had to pivot quickly or risk getting left behind, or worse, fall backwards as a club and just kind of shut down. So as president, I took the approach that whatever we were doing before that we were doing in person, we would just still do that same thing and do it virtually. So that's basically what we did. I'm going to get around to why I'm mentioning this in just a minute. In addition to the normal meeting protocol, which was now on Zoom, we added more social gatherings, virtual, of course, right? But nonetheless, fun and impactful. We held weekly happy hours to hang out. I think I get another slide here. There you go. Weekly happy hours to hang out for an hour. What was that? Can you see?
I was just laughing.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect. We held, we like to hang out for an hour with our favorite beverage, right? And just chat about life, what was going on, family. And then we decided to hold game nights like bingo, Trivial Pursuit, things like that. These things created a deeper bond between us and taught us that we can still move forward doing what we love and what we value within our club. We just had to do it virtually. We held our same big fundraiser, Motor Madness, virtually. And we actually held another big fundraiser outside, which was our holiday luncheon. Everything kind of kept going. We actually grew closer together during this time of being apart, which was really pretty cool. So fast forward to post-pandemic, a committee was formed with the sole intent to keep the social fun going. And we have Rachel Merchant on from our club, and she didn't even know I was going to talk about this, but she helped form a committee called SHE. And Rachel, if you could type in the chat what that stands for, it's SHE. I can't even remember the acronym, but let me tell you, the SHE committee is pretty fun, and they continue to make sure the fun continues. And in that, as your clubs are having fun, it's really important to note, public awareness is one of our pillars, right? One of our 4 pillars. And it's really a good idea to assign a club member to, or your public awareness chair, could be that person, whatever, but just to assign someone to take pictures at your meetings, take pictures, take videos, get content, if you will, take pictures, videos when you're out having your girl time, fun time together, meetings, social gatherings, whatever it is you're doing, get content from it, because then you take someone in the club who knows how to do something with that content, create a fun reel, just post, on your social accounts, and then they can share to their personal accounts. But what you're doing when you do that is you're creating a buzz, if you will, about your club. And it's going to cause people to have FOMO, which just means fear of missing out. So we want to create FOMO because we want people to be part of what we're doing and think, gee, I need to be part of that Seroptimus Club. They have a lot of fun, right? So moving on though, I want to talk about how important it is to be on the same page as a club. And that's part of team building, right? So let's move on to next slide. You know, does everyone in the club have a clear picture and know the mission? Orientations for new members can be a big help in this area. Also reiterating who we are, what we do, why we do it, and what we do, all those things are beneficial to both new and seasoned members because it emphasizes the importance of their commitment to Seroptimus and to our mission, right? So members need to have a clear vision of what the club is setting out to accomplish in the club year. A lot of times I think we just go and we do what we've done and without stopping and thinking about setting some goals. So this requires goal setting with the various committees I think are kind of important. So vision, there's a little slide, got to have a clear vision on where you're going. This could be not only as a club, but individual committees, right? And then of course, getting into goal setting. And so I really think it is a good idea to set goals within the various committees, particularly the pillar committees, membership, fundraising, public awareness, and programs. This is just an example. Of course, there's other committees that could benefit from goal setting as well. So you need to keep the vision and goals of the club in front of the members and remind them often. So important to keep those goals in front of you and remind everybody often, right? Committee chairs need to take ownership of this and remind at every committee meeting and perhaps business meeting as well, the goal that the committee is working towards. So you can make a goal poster and utilize the SMART goals, if you will. Just make sure they're specific, measurable, something you can measure, attainable, relevant, and time-based, right? So, committee goals could happen in live your dream, membership, furthering the dream, big goal accelerator project, big goal, and obviously the other pillars, but just those are some examples. Dream it, be it, right? Yeah. I always like to say every club should have a membership goal for sure at the beginning of the year, maybe that they're going to grow by 10 new members, and also look at their retention rate and what they're hoping to, every club is going to lose a few every year. We hope to gain, we know we're going to lose. So kind of but setting a goal, right? And it should be a stretch goal, and you should revisit this goal monthly to measure and track progress, okay? Likewise, programs and fundraising should have their goals set at the beginning of the club year and work together to meet the common goal. All right, so that is on that. Let me see here. I don't really have a slide for the next thing I want to say, but basically I want to talk about utilizing talents. I really don't want to stop sharing and then restart, so I'm just going to leave it here. Utilizing talents within your club, and let's talk about what that is. Presidents, along with perhaps your membership chair, should take time to get to know all the members, right? Especially the new ones, but certainly all the members. A great way to do this is to take time, especially with the new members, to have an in-person coffee date with them, or over Zoom. And you get to know who they are, what their passions are, what their hobbies are, what their skill set is. And you can even go as far as to ask them, have you ever taken the Strength Finders test? Or, tell us a little bit more about your personality. Are you more introverted, extroverted? I mean, just get to know somebody, right? And by doing that, you're helping them. You can help lead and guide them to certain committees and areas of your club that might be a really good fit for them, right? So what I want to say about that is, for example, if you have a member who, I had this friend one time tell me her gift was hospitality. And I was like, and I knew her, and I was like, It totally is. And I love that you recognize that as a gift. There's nothing to laugh about that. It's truly a gift. I can't say that I have that gift, but she loves to cook. I do like to entertain, but don't like to cook so much. But anyway, she loves to cook, she loves to entertain. She loves to decorate and plan a beautiful space and create an experience for people coming over and plan activities and different things. And truly that's her gift, right? And those people in your club who, have a gift in some areas. So let's use the one, like, let's say you have someone who loves to cook, then she might be well suited for helping parties, organize food, make something look really cute, whatever. So consider having, and I just, as a bottom end to this, I just want to say you might consider having members take or the Strength Finders assessment. How many of you have done the Strength Finders assessment? And if you could type it in the chat, I'll look when I can see better here in a minute. It gives you your top 5 strengths. And I know for myself, this will help some of you because some of you probably just think it is annoying to some people. My number 1 strength is positivity. And that can annoy people because I'm always like, for the most part, I am always that kind of person who I'm just naturally positive, and I always look for the good, and I'm just all about the cup is half full or whatever that scenario is, right? But that can be a really annoying trait to some people. But it is my number 1 strength. Okay. Another strength I had was like activator. I think that is more like procrastinator because I can really get into action, but I kind of tend to procrastinate and then I'm on it, And another one of my strengths is woo, WOO. Well, I was like, what the heck is woo? Well, supposedly I know how to woo people, so I am naturally good at membership, right? That's like a good fit for me. I love people. I'm positive. I woo people. I can woo them in. So find your people's strengths and work on that, and plug them in where they're going to be best served too. Okay, moving on. I think I can maybe change my slide. Icebreaker game. It is good to have an icebreaker game at your meetings. Our club doesn't do this, but in a way they do, because anytime we have a guest attend, we all stand up, share our name, how many years we've been in the club, and we have to share a little slogan. So like we have this one lady in our club who's retired and she has grandchildren and she loves to knit. And so her slogan is, she says something about whatever, and then she'll like, I spend my day stitching and bitching. And it's hilarious, right? But we know that she likes to knit, and so in a way it is an icebreaker sort of a thing. But I do think that planning some sort of short icebreakers once a month or before your meeting to start your business could be a good idea. However, it can go wrong too. So the benefits of a good icebreaker far outweigh any negatives. They can take care of introductions in a much more fun way than just simply going around the room and stating, what's on your business card, right? They can make people remember names easier and help start conversations. When done right, icebreakers can quickly build a sense of community, set the tone for the upcoming meeting, and give participants ownership of the learning that's going to be taking place for that meeting. It helps participants loosen up and understand each other more and enable better collaboration and networking. Last but not least, it's a surefire way to energize the group and have everyone focused and ready to go, because it just gets you sharp and ready to go. But done wrong, an icebreaker can be awkward or take up large amounts of your meeting time. So you got to plan it out, and you want to make sure there's plenty of ideas online if you just Google icebreakers, right? So you can get a lot of good help there. I think another thing that is kind of nice to do for this is not related to where it should be, but we all work hard during our club year, right? We have big goals to achieve if we're setting those goals, and we do a lot of cool things. We make things happen. We're blessing women and girls. So I think it's really fun at the end of the year to consider having some sort of end of the year party for your members. And you could even include significant others. or an activity to go celebrate your accomplishments. And this is where, you know, it could be a couple of things. It could be a gathering where you're celebrating your end of the year accomplishments. Plus, it could be something like the SHE committee would do, which is organize a day trip. Maybe you're going to hop on the train, go down to Visalia and go shopping for the day, you know, something like that. You might, heck, you know, you might want to plan a day trip to the beach together. You might want to go real crazy and plan a, you know, a membership cruise together, come down to Long Beach, you know, hop on a cruise together, right? But you know, think about those things, because the more you do things like that, that just fosters team building, it fosters collaboration. It's just really a healthy thing to do in your clubs. We're almost done. I want to just quickly say, make people feel important. Giving members responsibility and recognition for a job well done will go a long way to boost morale and increase retention. Everyone wants to feel important, and it's your job as president or future president to make sure the committee chairs are doing this, and that members also receive recognition from you. So so it's important to recognize and reward. I'm going to give an example from my home club, SI Oakdale. You know, I want to share this story real quick. You can never say thank you enough, okay? Praise and give gold stars to those who work together for the greater good. When members get excited about their volunteer work, when they believe they have something to give back, and most importantly, that their contributions are valued, there are no limits to what they can accomplish. So I want to share a brief story of our recognition board for SI Oakdale. One of the best things that came out of the pandemic shutdown, in my opinion, was this recognition board. The pandemic was such a scary and uncertain time, right? Which caused me to think that we needed a way to encourage, inspire, and keep our members motivated, right? Just to hang in there and attend meetings. So we came up with this recognition board based on the current president's theme for the club year. So this is President Pam's recognition board, and her theme is flowers, the daisy, blooming, that kind of thing. So, what was that?
It's sunflowers.
Sunflowers. Thank you, Rachel. And we had one of our crafty members in our club go get the science board, you know, that's trifold, if you will. She knows how to do this. You know, I could never do this. I'm not crafty like this, but it started off with no sunflowers on there. And here we are towards the end of our club year, and each sunflower has a person's name on it. So if they got a flower and got recognized at our meeting, they got put on the board. And so at the top, it says, who will be the next to bloom? It tied in with President Pam's, with her theme for this year. So, you know, we've kept this tradition in our club. Each member gets recognized as the committee chair notices something above and beyond that the member has contributed. This has played a large role in members being motivated to serve on their committee and go the extra mile. Okay. So fostering teamwork is just an ongoing challenge and a challenging endeavor among our diverse membership, right? However, doing so will heighten the sense of ownership and loyalty among members, which in turn can lead to an increase in member satisfaction and retention. So I just have a few extra slides to share. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. Helen Keller. No one can whistle a symphony. It takes a whole orchestra to play it. That was H.E. Lecoq, or probably saying that wrong. And individually, we are one drop. Together, we are an ocean. So that is the end of my team building presentation for you. And anyway, I don't know if you have checked the messages over here, but thank you for listening. And I hope you could hear okay. I had a little bit of background noise. Sorry. My husband's, you know, doing a few things here. Do you all have any questions or? Oh, Wendy, thank you. So nice.
I think, Charlotte, I'm really enjoying these kind of end of the academy sessions because so many things are coming full circle, right? So you touched on motivation, retention, goal setting. You touched on making your meetings more fun, which Joelle will be talking about at conference. It's just it just all keeps coming to, and the other thing that you've touched on today is about goal setting, which is also going to be one of the workshops at the conference that I'll be doing. So, because I do think that's important. So it just kind of like how it all comes together at the end. And of course, I know Wendy is also kind of a fun person for, I think sorry, Wendy, I just called you a fun person. I know you are, you're more than that. I think in one of our meetings, I can't remember which one it was, Debbie was sharing some of the things that you do with your club it's a different take on this recognition board, but it's similar in a way. It's kind of what their club does specifically to, recognize people throughout the year. So yeah, it's all, and I just think about my club and I'm jealous because we're so trying to meet in person. And we're really having trouble bouncing back from what our routine used to be. We lost our meeting place, and I know other clubs have gone through that, and kind of this, we need a thing like something fun, because I like fun, something that gets people back together and say, oh yeah, I like you guys. We're kind of missing that camaraderie, that everything you've talked about today is important, and I think like my original experience with Sir Optimist, like my Sir Optimist club members were all my best friends. Everything I did, I was in a new town, I didn't know anybody, and that's how I got oriented to, and met people, and I miss that kind of. I also lived in a small town, which is easier to just connect, say, hey, let's go do this thing. But anyway, I'm rambling.
No. I mean, I don't think this presentation has a lot. I appreciate the positive feedback. Thank you. I always appreciate the positive vibes. I don't think this presentation has a lot to ask questions about. I mean, I think it's just something we all know that we need to do a little bit better job at, right? Like we need to make our member experience really, really great. I mean, I know, well, when you have a great, healthy, strong club, it's just fun, I mean, it all works together. You can get so much more done. But we also know there's a lot of challenges with having diverse membership and having all the different personalities and everything. And that's why you got to rally around the mission and the vision of what you're trying to do. And it's bigger than you. And you got to set aside those differences and really truly try to learn to love the different personalities. I mean, definitely there are people in my own club that annoy the heck out of me, and it's the ones that are really negative.
Yep.
But you know what? Because I'm the uber opposite, right? But because I'm so positive, I work around it. I still love them, but what I do not tolerate is people being disrespectful to one another. So, you gotta, I think Sabrina got kicked out. Let's see, or Serena. You can't tolerate anyone being disrespectful, but people need to come together for the common good, keep things positive. And I do those. Sorry, we lost you, Serena.
Okay.
We're glad you're back.
Charlotte, how do you work around the negativity?
Okay, so Debbie, do you know Nancy Lilly from Oakdale?
Yeah.
Nancy Lilly, she served on the board a couple of years ago under Governor Gale. She was secretary. Anyway,
Yes.
if you don't,
Yes, I do know her. I had to stop and think about it a minute.
yeah, right. It's a face with, you would know her when you saw her for sure.
Yeah.
She's someone who does a really good job. I've noticed over the years. There's always those people, right? And one person can ruin it for the whole group. Nancy has this way of always
Peacekeeping.
Yeah, it's that's a good word, peacekeeping, like seeing that the negative person might have a valid opinion. So does the other person. You got to consider both sides. She won't get caught up in someone going and complaining and them saying, like I've been guilty of it, gone and complained about something, and she just doesn't, she's good about it, but she'll be like, well, oh, I mean, she just spins it in a positive way, even though I'm a really positive person. I think she truly does that for the good of the club, because she knows how that can the dissension can set in, and it's a cancer in your club, right?
Mhm.
So I know our president this year also did a fantastic job with, she had a really rough start to her year, and we have a healthy club, I thought. We're much better now, thanks to President Pam. But boy, the first start of the year, she was getting bombarded with people talking about each other behind their back and different things happening. And she ended up coming up with this code of conduct for our club. And she read it at a meeting, and she said, I mean, we need to share it with everybody. I've asked Governor Charlie permission for that. So we need to circle back around to that.
I
Her
did
code
that
of
too, Charlotte. I did that
Okay.
too at the beginning of this year, because we didn't end on the most positive note. And people talking over each other and not paying attention. And there was just so many little barbs going on, people, the eye roll.
Oh, I know.
But so I did it, and they presented it at the first meeting. I don't know.
That's good.
Unless I read it every week. I mean, every meeting.
But I do
Yeah.
think that's why, that's why doing fun things together can help. When you see people in a different light and you get them away from the routine of a meeting or business meeting or something. I do
That
think
is so true.
you find different things about people, different ways to connect and communicate, and how people think and approach problems. And that's why I think so much of what Charlotte's sharing in terms of, do things together, you become a tighter team and a better club when you like each other. And it's easier to like each other when you kind of get away from the business of it and just have fun. And people approach fun differently too, but
That was kind of the idea, because I came up with the She Club or She Committee. And I was like, it was to, of course, like befriend new members. That was the number one thing. So we can, any new members that come in, like, hey, come get to know us, but also for member retention. So some of the seasoned members who maybe don't seem to be participating as much, like, let's get them back in and invite them personally. And then anyone else. I did have a little, I don't know, just drama thing, because it is hard to get people to want to come. And I try to do something during the weekday, something on the weekend, something at day, something at night, something that involves drinking, something that doesn't. So all tastes, right? Everybody, something free, something not. But it was, it's still difficult to get the ground, like the ball rolling and people interested. So I'm like going to try to propose to my president and say, I think the president should really be on the committee, because it makes it feel more special when the president or even the vice president invites you personally to something, which is what Jackie Hare did for me. And then what you did for me, Charlotte. And I was like, oh my God, they love me. So, and it makes it more special. I don't know. I just think it does, but I'm kind of,
That's a good point, because we made you feel important.
You did.
That's like a principle. We need to make other people feel important. You got to find a way to make someone feel important.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a challenge, I know, Debbie, and it's not an easy fix. And I think it's just going to take time. I think these clubs that only meet once a month, how often does your club meet?
Once a month.
Yeah,
Maybe
I think
once a
that's
month.
hard. I think that's kind of hard. So my recommendation for a once a month or club, I had no idea until I took on this district director gig. Our club meets 3 times a month, right? And I just thought that was kind of the norm. And then I was like, wow, most of these clubs only meet once a month.
Yeah.
Well, I think for you guys that you definitely need to have one night a month social. And I know you do your committees and you do your, committee meetings probably during the month and to get things done, but you should have a bowling night. You should have whatever, go out, just have a drink night, have dinner together, whatever. But I do think you've got to bring in the social for those monthly clubs so they can get to know each other better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done a few things, but not enough. Everybody always has great ideas, but then nobody wants to organize it. So I think we,
Right.
you know, that's always like, they've got great ideas, but well, will you plan it? Oh, well, no, I don't want to plan it. I just have a great idea.
Yeah, it might could be that it rotates every month. You assign one of the board members. Okay, it's you got your secretary has to plan May's activity. Your vice president's got to plan June. I mean, maybe the board
Yeah.
steps up and plans,
Well,
or
yeah.
if it's once a quarter, even.
And also finding, like you spoke to earlier, find the person that likes doing that sort of stuff. I mean,
Utilize
I
talents.
love to plan fun things. So,
Right.
I think it's important. And so, so Charlotte and I, for our last board meeting, just planned something. We didn't even ask permission. People showed up and we said, okay, we're going to go do this thing now. It's not optional. Well, it was kind of optional, but not really. And it was a lot of fun, and it was a surprise. They didn't know what we were going to do. And, we kind of waited till we got in the car and said, here's where we're going. So, I think it went over pretty well, but yeah, it's spontaneous for everybody else, but maybe not for the planner. But yeah, I mean, maybe you're lucky enough to have somebody that enjoys that kind of thing. If not, then it becomes a chore.
Yeah.
See, Joelle said it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was. It definitely was a good activity for us. We did an escape room.
Yes.
It
We failed.
can even be something as simple as, let's meet at this new place everybody's been wanting to go to for brunch.
Yeah.
And it's like, we just try to do, at first I was like, let's do it every week. And that was too much. So I'm like, let's do it twice a month. And, and it's like brunch, we're doing tea at a place, only once a month this month because it was Easter and we just had, and it's a lot of work. So having tea somewhere, or game night every time there's 5 Wednesdays, you have a game night.
Yeah.
If there's not enough people for a game night, then you go to the restaurant next door. So
That's good. That's super good. Well, you ladies, thank you so much for being on. Oh, wait, I see some new messages. Hang on one second. Oh yeah. That's great. Wendy, yes, I thank you. Thank you so much for being on. You all are so great. Chief Fun Officer. That's so cute. CFO, I love it. Chief, I like that. I need that title. That's fun. Rachel needs that title. That's so
Oh,
cute.
so Charlotte, at the District 3 President Roundtable, a couple weekends ago, this is actually from Serena's club, president of Visalia, talking about in their area they have a Facebook group. It's not for their club, it's for the community whole. It's called S&P, which is just seriously nice people. That's what it stands for.
Cute.
And they just plan all this stuff for it's not, like I said, it's kind of open to the community, but I thought I like the name because seriously nice people, seriously fun people, whatever.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun to have a name to it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Super good. Well, ladies, I'm looking forward to seeing all of you at our conference. And
so the conference will have help with the actual goal planning part of it, because I'm all for goals, but that's where I struggle.
Yeah,
like
we're going to have a
goal,
workshop on
middle goals set up.
We're going to cover all 4 pillars and how they interact and work together, and how it's important to focus on each one to meet the ultimate goal, the big goal. And have each club kind of work on, we're going to have region goals, right? And then we work our way down to, if we're going to meet this goal as a region, what do the clubs need to do? And we'll have a kind of process for each club to set goals in their 4 pillars.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just ask a quick question? There's Laura on here, but there's no last name. Laura, what is your last name?
It's me, Debbie.
It's your Laura. I knew it.
Laura.
I knew it was Laura Cross.
I'm
Okay,
sorry,
I didn't know that. I
was late
assumed.
to the meeting and I don't know what I missed, but I'm sure it was all great stuff.
Oh, Laura. Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Charlotte, for imparting your wisdom and your positivity. Always appreciated. And thanks
No.
everyone for being here. And, we have 3 more workshops. And looking forward to seeing whoever can be at conference.
Yes.
You gonna be there, Rachel?
We have
Oh,
8
I'm
people coming
crying.
to the conference, which is a lot for us. We have 8 people signed up. I'm really
Oh, that's
excited about
great.
that. Yeah, that's a lot for us.
We have fewer than
convince
normal. We
everyone to
have,
babysit.
because it's in June, there's all kinds of, my son's getting married and all this
Right.
stuff, right? And so we have, I think, well, Cheryl and I are on the board. So apart from that, I think we have maybe 3 or 4 more going, not that many. for
Yeah.
us.
Did you say you have 8, Debbie?
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's
Good.
great.
No, I mean, I'm just so
Yes.
excited. And Wendy's going to be there. This will be her first conference.
Woohoo.
Oh,
Yeah.
and she's a fun girl. You guys definitely have to participate in that Decade's fashion
Show. Oh, and Wendy's a fashion person.
Wendy's a
Oh.
cabbie. She's a
Okay.
cabbie lady.
Oh, Wendy, I got to get to know you, girlfriend. That's so fun. Okay, so listen up. I want all of you clubs doing this fashion show. I don't want to have anybody not doing that. And then the table decor, it'll be easy. It'll tie it in. Like, let's say you're doing the 60s. I mean, it'll be fun. You have to do this, and we'll help you with music. We'll do the music for you, but I want 100% participation from these clubs in this fashion
Oh
show.
boy, that was our last board
we have to
meeting.
decorate our
That was
table
quite
too.
none of us could agree on the era. That's how it's going.
Then
Oh
you
my
can,
good. You
then
want me
I
to
know, right?
sign one, Debbie? I'd be happy to just assign one to you.
Yes,
Yeah,
a sign. There you go.
I
We're
wanted
gonna
to
have
do
to do
that.
that.
Some of us wanted the 20s, some of us wanted the 50s. It just went all over the place. So I
I
don't
was
know.
trying to convince
Yeah.
them to do 90s grunge, but nobody wants that.
Oh, that is hilarious. Of course you would. I love
Be
it.
down with that. Well, my club chose the 40s.
Well,
Oh dear.
Yeah.
And that was an interesting choice, but
Yeah.
They won't do
well,
it. They're
get
like, no.
excited.
I'm
Definitely,
excited.
definitely get excited about it. Encourage the members. Tell them that I said 100% participation. Got to do it. All right. Well, you ladies have a terrific evening, and I'll look forward to seeing you all at conference. Woohoo!
Thank you. I'm so
everyone.
sorry.
Thank you, Charlotte.
I'm so sorry. I kept getting kicked out and kept coming back in, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for hanging in there with us. I'm sorry you got kicked out too. Anyway,
No, that's
you
okay.
promised
I think
that.
it's just the internet, so I had to turn
right.
off the Wi-Fi.
Well,
So
I'm
thank
thankful
you,
that
though.
didn't
I
happen to me.
appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I think you got most
Have
of
a good
it, right?
evening, everyone.
Take care.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye.